Welcome back, familiar to Northside LDN, and today we got special guest Goonie from Man Knows Football. What are you telling me, bro?
I'm here, man. I'm chilling, bruv. Just trying not to melt in this New York heat, bruv. It's actually hot in here. I've got the AC on. I've got a fan next to me as well. So we're just melting out here, bruv. But thanks for having me on the platform, my guy.
Nah, come on. Thanks for you. Thanks for coming on. Do you know what I'm saying? Listen, we're gonna get straight into it. First, we're gonna get into Chelsea. I want to know, everything that's going on related to Chelsea. Obviously, we got the Raphinha deal. Looks like it's not 100% complete, but it looks like you guys have bounced back. It looked like you guys weren't really doing much, and straight away, like it looks like Todd Bowley and everybody over there at Chelsea are looking to be serious. Raphinha almost coming over the line, and then you've got Sterling being linked to Chelsea. What's going on with Chelsea, and what deals can we expect?
1 second. I've got to give some big ups here. Big up Craig, big up Jez, the both of you. Got to salute them too. You get me? But with Chelsea, let's get into that. I think people have had a bit of a misconception about Chelsea, but that's if you've not really been paying attention closely, you're not really gonna know. So obviously we've had the situation with the whole backroom staff. It's been a funny window for us. We've got rid of Marina, Peter Cech's gone as well. Bruce Buck to be leaving as of today. Actually, the 30th of June is his last official date. So we've had all that to deal with. Todd Bowley has stepped in. Now he's fulfilling quite a lot of these roles, including the transfers, which we've seen at Chelsea. It's changed a couple plans because, there was one or two players that looked definite to be coming before this happened. One of them being Jules Koundé, and he's still not through the door. And there's speculation that we might not get him. And apparently he wasn't Tuchel's first option, which is why you can see us heavily going in for De Ligt over at Juventus. We've offered, I believe, Timo Werner and £40 million. They rejected it. I think we're still up for negotiation, but apparently he's one of the main targets that Tuchel's looking at. He's got to address the defense. We've lost a lot. We've lost Christensen. We've lost Rudiger. We're about to lose Alonso and Azpilicueta. Not only is that 4 defenders, that is 4 experienced defenders that are going out the door. Christensen being the youngest of all of them, but he is still a winner. He still knows how to play that position. And so to lose him is still a lot of experience lost. It's going to be a huge challenge in replacing those. So De Ligt for me is a decent start. I still prefer Koundé as between the two, which is controversial among the fan base. A lot of them seem to prefer De Ligt, but I prefer Koundé. And my other option would have been Koulibaly. I believe the two of them, they complement each other pretty well. Although I think Koulibaly will probably be used more of a central centre-back as opposed to one on either side. I still think that's a valuable experience and quality that you're adding to the team. So there's that. But that's just the defense. You already seen there. There's a lot of surgery that needs to be done. Moving on to the midfield. This is an area that we've been crying out to solve. But it doesn't look like early signs are not looking like we're addressing the defensive midfield role just yet. There are talks that Chelsea will go in for Declan Rice later on in the window. West Ham have already come out and said, he's not for sale at any point in this window. So for them, I think they're trying to hold on to next summer. But if Todd Bowley's ambitious, I believe that it can get done this summer. I do think it can get done this summer for the reasons being that West Ham, from a business standpoint, it would be quite silly for them to allow him to go next season when he's got a year left on his contract. Obviously, that value is going to dip massively. Right now, this is the last transfer window where they can get a decent amount of value for him. The player does want to leave West Ham. He's refused an offer that was 6 years and 200K a week from West Ham. If that's not saying something, I don't know what is. Do you know what I mean? So
you don't want to do a Harry Kane.
Yeah, exactly. So he's trying to keep his options open. I believe that option he's keeping open is definitely for Chelsea. Would
he start over Kante for you? Because we were talking at the end of the season on Lee's channel that Kante looks like he's dipped, like he dipped the level. He wasn't the world-class Kante of before. Would he start if you do get Declan Rice?
Well, they're two different players. I'll start off by saying, although Declan Rice, in my opinion, to most people's, it might be contrary to most people's thoughts. I also think he's he's a good box to box midfielder as well. You get me, with Declan Rice. But I think if we're gonna sign him, he does look between the two. I'm trusting Declan Rice to play in the DM. Kante's never really been a DM. We saw that when he tried to play, when Lampard tried to play him as a DM, and we just kept on getting opened up. Kante is a box to box midfielder. Therefore, I'll say this: you play them together. I would like to see a midfield three at Chelsea if Declan Rice does come in. 100% for me, it would be Declan Rice. N'Golo Kante, I don't want him sold. I think the dip in the form that we're seeing is the injuries. He's just never been able to shake them off and have the requested resting period to actually sit down and heal, bro. He's just a machine. He just wants to go every time, and we haven't had the luxury of having a replacement to step in and do a good job. We've needed him in high pressure moments where he's not necessarily been 100% fit. I think that's the dip in form that we're seeing. I'm not necessarily just going to put it down to, him just losing his overall quality and him getting old. But if it's between Kante and Jorginho, I'm definitely picking Kante. I'd like to see Jorginho go. And then we move forward. We've got to move forward onto the attacking positions. The situation with Raphinha is interesting. Now, I'm going to start off by saying I couldn't care less whether he comes to Chelsea, and I mean that respectfully. My number one target, if for that right wing position, is Ousmane Dembele. That's who I want. I couldn't care less, even if at this point, after all the shit that's happened between Arsenal, Raphinha ends up at Arsenal and we get Ousmane Dembele, I'll be happier than ever. That's my number one target. I do not.
Hold on. You said Dembele. I want to ask you why, because we were just talking right now about Kante having injuries and not being available. Now, Dembele's record is woeful in terms of injuries. What do you put that down to, and why would you bring it? Because the biggest commodity is actually being available. There's no point having a world-class player, even if you could call him world-class, and he's not available. Does that not play into...
I hear you. It's a high risk, high reward situation. So what I mean by that is obviously his injury record is concerning. I'm not gonna lie to you. And what you're essentially gambling on is the back end of last season where Ousmane Dembele stayed fit and he delivered the way that he did. Now, obviously you take these stories with a pinch of salt when you read through the media, but I heard that since he committed and got married to his now missus, she was able to sort of help him focus his attention more on what he does, obviously, which is the football thing. And as a result, his body's appreciated it. His football's appreciated it. So little things like actually sleeping on time, turning up to training, not having mates around the house until 4 o'clock in the morning, like, you know what I'm saying? Just all that immature stuff is gone out the way now that he's got responsibility now. So that looks like it's worked out for him. Is it enough for me to say he's definitely not going to get injured going forward? Absolutely not. But that's why I say it's a high risk, high reward situation, because if he stays fit, you're going to be talking about one of the best wingers in the Prem. No doubt. The guy's an elite talent. And if you're comparing the two, Ousmane when fit compared to Raphinha when fit is night and day. Yeah, and that's saying something, because I rate Raphinha as a good player, as a very, very good player. But I see Ousmane Dembele as that level above, way above him.
No, fair enough. I mean, listen, at least you're being honest about it, that, you have that high risk, high reward. Obviously, he's a more established player. He knows how to play for a big team. Obviously, I don't think he's ripped up trees over there in Barcelona, but like you're saying, I kind of get what you're saying. I just find it embarrassing once again. You already know how I feel about my club. Like, my club is an embarrassment. Like, the Bucaria, like, the fact, that Raphinha came out and said that he preferred to go to Barcelona, but Barcelona didn't have their money. You, man, was sorting out the Todd Bowley and everything else. That is when Arsenal should pounce. You're the third choice. Do you know what I'm saying? There's nothing that those teams can offer, Now, you can't offer nothing that they can offer. You can't offer Champions League football. You have no football heritage. You don't have a better manager. There's nothing. The only thing you can do is be more proactive and make it seem like we want them. And we didn't do that. And now you lot look like you're going to get Raphinha over the line. And this is why I want these Filhos da Puta to get out the club. Because I'm sick of it, bro. Like, you men are supposed to be in turmoil. We've been in turmoil for 19 years. Look how quick you lot rebounded, bro. Look how quick you lot rebounded. I was thinking, even for us, I'll be real with you. I thought, wow, is Chelsea not doing no business? Because you lot kept getting linked to Conde. then it goes dry. Then you get linked to Koulibaly, then it went dry. And I was thinking, this ain't normal Chelsea, because normal Chelsea, you're linked to a player, boom, that week, couple of days, boom, it's done. Do you know what I'm saying? But I thought, you know what? Let's see what they're doing. Yeah, how many of these positive, toxic fans will say, "No, Chelsea's done, Chelsea's finished," bruv? Your fan base, and this is one thing I do like about your fan base. Your standards are here. Todd Bowley knows what kind of club he's taking over.
Yeah.
Your owner might be gone, but you lot's glory days, you're still in the glory days, and you lot already have examples like Man United and Arsenal. So I think your fan base are looking at it like, yo, these men already know, like, we're not going to drop the ball, because look at them, man. Look at Man United, from dominating English football to now becoming the biggest jokers. Do you know what I'm saying? Look at Arsenal, the biggest jokers in England for 19 years. So listen, it's mad. But I did want to ask you something before we move on to a striker, any strikers that you're linked to. You said you preferred Koundé over De Ligt. Why do you feel like you prefer Koundé?
Just basically, it's for several reasons. And I'm going to go down to from what I've seen from earlier reports, even before the transfer window opened, and that is Chelsea have been very interested in a defensive profile like Fofana. And I believe that Koundé is the closest that you're going to get to him. Yes, I know that they're both French and they're both centre-backs, but if you look at that profile of centre-back, the only other two that I really see that play in that similar style, and the style that I mean is like a complete like football player. Saliba, Koundé, and Fofana. I believe those three are in their own sort of like bubble out of the youngsters when it comes to defense, because when he's on the ball, he's very, very comfortable. He brings out the ball defense very, very comfortably. Tackles, he's outstanding. He's got the pace. People are worried about his height, but where he compensates with that height is that he's got a very, very good leap. And those that are old school Premier League viewers will remember a man called Gary Cahill. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up with the Cahills. The one that played for Everton.
Tim Cahill.
Tim Cahill, that's the one. Gary's ours. Tim Cahill. He was about 5'6", but leaped like a rascal fish, bro. I'm telling you. So listen, it's a similar situation there with Koundé. I think so that's my preference. Do I think De Ligt is a bad centre-back? Absolutely not. There's qualities about him that I can see why Chelsea would want him over Koundé. For example, his height, he hasn't got that question over his height. He's a very, very, in terms of mentality and leadership material, he captained Ajax at the age of 17, and he was their captain when they got to the Champions League semi-final. I know that's a couple seasons ago. We've got to look at what he's done at Juve. Hasn't really kicked on to what people thought he would. Juve sort of looking at him as that prototype to sort of step in when your Chiellini's and your Barzaglis are not getting old and they're moving on, for example. But it hasn't really worked out. The player don't want to stay at Juventus. It's just about meeting that price tag between Chelsea and them, but they're holding out for a very, very expensive fee. So we've got to see what happens there.
No, fair enough. I mean, are Chelsea looking to get Koundé and Koulibaly, or one or the other? Because
it has to be two, because again, we're going back to the point that I made before. We're about to potentially lose 4 defenders. As of now, we've lost 2 officially that are off the books. Rudiger and Christensen. Those 2 already have to be replaced. So for me, it's either gonna be Koundé or De Ligt. I don't know where the pendulum is swinging for that at the minute, but I know it's going to be one of those 2. I'll be surprised if it ain't. I don't think it'll be both. It'll be too expensive. The other option, I think, will be, I hate to say it, either Nathan Ake or Koulibaly. Now, why I'm now leaning towards Koulibaly is because I've seen a couple of tweets coming out saying that Manchester City are actually holding out for £50 million for Ake, which is a value that I know Chelsea are definitely not going to meet. So that, for me, brings me a bit of joy, the fact that we're not going in for him. Now, that's no disrespect to the player. Yeah, I don't want to disrespect Ake and say he's a bad player, because now when you look at his case, it's like everyone's like, oh, he's shit, he's this and that. No, he wasn't at Bournemouth. I can remember the top clubs wanting him. Yeah, we rejected. Lampard said no. We had the first refusal on him. Lampard said no. Is it a coincidence that Man City went in and got him? Now, if you're saying, well, he didn't really play at Man City and how easy is it as a player, not even just as a defender, to get into the Manchester City team week in, week out? Can you tell me, please, Northside?
It's levels. It's levels.
This is what I'm.
With Diaz coming in as well from Portugal and hitting. You know what I mean? He didn't even need an adjustment period.
This is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say. You're looking at Diaz and Deporte, who, in my opinion, on their day are world-class centre-backs, right? But when he did come in, I felt that he'd done a decent job. Another thing about him is that he's very, very versatile and he's left-footed. Another profile that we've been looking at in centre-backs. He's a left-footed centre-back, can play as a left-back, left wing-back, and the defensive midfielder as well. How often he'd be used as a DM, I don't think he would very often, but at least you know the options there. But he's very versatile across that back line. And to be honest with you, before he left Chelsea, he left on a bit of a high, to tell you the truth. Although we didn't win that FA Cup final, I do remember that performance in the semi-finals against Tottenham. To me, that's one that went under the radar, and I actually had him as potential man of the match for that game. So I've seen him have very, very good games and have promise. Obviously, now he's 27. Has he kicked on the way we've wanted him to? I think due to things that are not really his fault in terms of going to Man City and not nailing down a starting position. Sorry. No, I wouldn't say so.
I mean, have you not got a buyback clause on Tomori? Because I always rated him, I'll take him at Arsenal, bruv.
Tomori's a funny one. I haven't heard anything about a buyback clause on him. I know we got one on Mark Gurhey at Crystal Palace. Tomori, I'm not too sure. I would be absolutely gutted if we didn't. I'd be gutted if we didn't, because he's just turning out to be an amazing talent. And this goes back to what I was saying in the beginning when we had him. Is why on earth are we letting this guy go? Why are we selling him?
For for man like Saar and Christensen.
Bro, I was making calls that early. You see, when Tomori made his debut season, there was a point where I actually said, and I got bantered for it, this guy should be one of England's #1 starting centre-backs. I didn't care. I was saying, bun Harry Maguire. Yeah, he should definitely be nailed on. Now, slowly, people are starting to see the quality that I've seen this guy have, and they're starting to put respect on his name, which is what I like to see. But I really, really hope that there's a buyback clause on that.
No, 100%. I mean, with the Koulibaly one, to wrap up the centre-backs, I mean, with the Koulibaly bit, their president is a bit of an a-hole. Like, the guy never, like, his evaluations are mad. Like, this guy wants to get Neymar money for Koulibaly. Like, do you know what I mean? The evaluations are mad. How much would you actually realistically be happy with spending on Koulibaly, even though he's entering his 30s?
It's like you said, like De Laurentiis, that's the owner of Napoli. He's notorious for being a very difficult negotiator. And by that, what I mean is that you may agree a fee with the player. I mean, sorry, with the club, and you go back next day and you say, okay, we've agreed terms with the player. Are you ready for the cash transfer? No, actually, we want an extra 10 million. That's the kind of stuff that he does all the time. So he's renowned for that. Now, Napoli, obviously, in a situation where I know that they don't want to lose the player. They probably want to see him retire at the club because he's a quality player and he has been for them. Let's have it right. But several times you've seen Koulibaly's been open for a move, and for said reason, he's been messed up and screwed out of a move. But now he's got a year left on his contract. And what he's asking from Napoli, due to obviously the economic circumstances, they can't afford to give that to him. They can still ask for a price tag. For me, at where we're at, I wouldn't mind Chelsea paying, including add-ons, by the way, up to 40 million euros, including add-ons.
How long has he got left on his contract?
1 year.
Yeah.
And he's 31 years old, so it's still not cheap. If we're being completely honest, that price tag for a 31-year-old centre-back is still
decent.
Yeah, it's not the worst. It's not cheap. You see what I'm saying? It's a safe price for the quality that I know that I'm buying.
Look at the levels. You're not gonna get 40 mil for Koulibaly and we pay 50 mil for Ben White. This club is in the mouth.
Well, we paid 72 million for Kepa, if it makes you feel any better, and 100 million for Lukaku, and we've just let him go for 6.5 million British pounds plus add-ons as a loan fee. So if that makes
but how's that making me feel better? We broke the transfer record for Lacazette, he went for free. We smashed it for Aubameyang, he went for free. And now Pepe, we smashed our transfer record for Pepe and he's going for free, fam. At least you man try and recover money. I mean, when you lot flipping sold Victor Moses and still, I think he was like 36, 37, you still got like 5 mil for him, bro.
Yo, but this is the thing. It's not even, forget the 5 mil transfer fee that we got for him. You got to talk about the loan money that we got for this guy. Do you know how many loans that this guy had and how much money we got from this guy? we made bread of Victor Moses, man. Salute that, brother. I'm not even lying, bro. That guy made us hella bread, fam.
Passive income on loan.
Hey, bruv, I'm telling you, Chelsea, they had their ways under the old regime, bruv.
Listen, that's mad, you know. I mean, all right, we looked at midfielders, centre backs. What about strikers? Because I thought you lot were gonna get Nkunku, and I'll be real with you. I wanted Nkunku at Arsenal, bro. Like, I actually think he's a baller. He can play as a cam. He can play as a false nine. I think I really rate him, bro. I remember him playing in the Champions League against Man City, I think it was, and I was like, bro, this guy's a baller. Every player's a risk. Let's just be real. Every player's a risk. You don't know who's going to adapt to the Prem, who's not, whether you got a big reputation or not. But to me, it was a risk worth taking. I heard he signed the contract. Is there any strikers you know that are linked to Chelsea? What's the news?
Before we do go into strikers, I've got one more winger that I forgot to mention, and we've got to talk about it because the reports now are saying that a deal's actually agreed. Raheem Sterling of Manchester City. Listen, people, take it with a pinch of salt, but I'm seeing retweets from Simon Phillips, who is a reliable journalist and has been getting information very, very early, by the way, for Chelsea fans. So I suggest Chelsea fans go and follow him. He's come out and he's just said that terms have been agreed, £55 million for Raheem Sterling, personal terms agreed. So right now, if that is to be believed, he is a Chelsea player. And I think as long as we get either Raphinha or Ousmane Dembele, that is a 9, 10 out of 10 signing for me. It's a brilliant signing. Without one of those two, it's a 6.57. I think he struggles in this current setup, the way this team currently is. He needs reinforcements to help him out up there.
No, 100%, man. When I saw that, I was like, rah, man. Sterling and Raphinha, bro. Like, you lot, like, let's be real, yeah? Your wingers that you've got at the club right now, they're a little bit above average. They're not flops, but they're not great, not ripping up tree. They're no hazard. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got like one of that level. And you lot addressing the centre backs. I know Emerson's coming back, and we spoke that you guys need probably another fullback. So you've got rotation for Chilwell and Reece James. You lot are attacking, look at the level of signings you lot are doing. Players that address the weak parts of your squad, rotation, and are ready to do a job now. But we got Fabio Vieira that we don't know if he's any good. We've got Marquinhos for the future, another one, Project Youth. We've got Gabriel Jesus, that's only scored, I think, 14 goals in the league ever since he's been here. Same stats as Lacazette, and apparently Lacazette's not good enough. Bro, that's how much he scored, bro. And in a team that have elite assisters. You know what I'm saying? With a fluid system that creates numerous amounts of chances. What's he going to get here at Arsenal? Is Xhaka going to assist him? Is Odegaard going to assist him? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's mad, bro. Like, literally, like, if you lot get this business done, which I do believe Chelsea will, history shows you that you will get these signings over the line. Man, you lot are looking mad, bro. And I know, obviously, what's going on with Werner? Havertz has to stay. What other strikers do you know that are linked to Chelsea?
Okay, so in terms of the outgoings, that's a good question because Timo Werner, apparently, again, reports are saying that he's looking for an exit this summer. Obviously, it's World Cup year, so I'm more inclined to believe it. Some of these players want to impress their managers, and we do know that the German team is not a team full of mugs. You're gonna have to play good to get into that team. You get me? So Timo is wanting to leave. Apparently, there is interest from Juventus. He is also willing to take a wage cut as well, which is music to my ears because that has been a huge obstacle of getting him out of the club. Also, Christian Pulisic is one to keep an eye on. I know Juventus are also very interested in him as well as Jorginho. They're interested in several of our players, but since we're talking about the forwards, I'll stick to that. So those two, there is interest. In terms of Pulisic and his wages, I don't know whether he's going to ask for a wage cut or whether he even needs to. I don't even, off the top of my head, I'm not too sure what Pulisic is on, but I'm pretty sure it's nowhere near close to what Timo Werner is, who's on £270,000 a week at Chelsea. So those two going out will obviously mean incomings, and I think the massive clue is the fact that if the Raheem Sterling deal has been finalized, then one of them is definitely going out, and Chelsea are probably confident of that happening. So I'd keep an eye out for one of those two going. In terms of strikers, now it's a funny one because in terms of your traditional number 9 striker, Tuchel only wanted to work with Lewandowski. But the situation with Lewandowski is that he is hell-bent on going to Barcelona, regardless of what's going on with their finances. He wants to go to Barcelona. So I think Chelsea have given up on that. I don't think we'll be exploring the deal unless Barca don't fulfill their word and get these quote-unquote economic leverages to help them fund their transfers and get their club out of the turmoil. Although today they did sell 10%, I think it was 10% of their image rights to Spotify for like 25 years, something crazy like that. So they're in a problem, and that's still not enough to get them out of this mess.
I heard they're letting people have weddings in that over there.
Yeah, they're letting, bruv, me and you can go there. If we pay 3 bills, we can kick ball on the new camp, bruv. 3 bills a person. We can play there.
The new camp's gonna start sponsoring OnlyFans and everything.
Brother, it's all mad. It's all mad over there, bruv. And it couldn't have happened to a nicer club. Yeah, the history that we've got between the two clubs. I hate Barcelona, bruv. Hala Madrid. I bet they're loving it over there. So yeah. Just going back to the forwards, bruv. In Nkunku, that's another player that Tuchel loves. Whether we're going to get in this summer was going to be a huge reach because Leipzig had come out several times and said, we want to keep the player. And also the player, even though he knows he's got the interest, is interested in staying in Leipzig. So once you've got them two on the same page, he's never leaving, is he? Signed his new contract. But the interesting thing about Nkunku's contract is that apparently next summer, he has a release clause for 60 million euros. Which, you know, given if he replicates the season that he's just had, that is an absolute steal. It's an absolute steal. My concern with him, though, is that Bundesliga tax, bruv. Is how well will this guy do consistently against low blocks, especially because when teams play against Chelsea, that's what they do. They'll park the bus. They'll hit us on a counter-attack. We've seen it happen many times last season. That would be my only concern. But if the release clause is 60 million euros, then that's a game changer because now that makes it, again, you got to look at the risk that you're paying for. Like, I'm more comfortable paying 60 million euros for that risk rather than 100 million euros. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it makes more sense. So there's him. The massive outside chance, and I'm refusing to get anything emotionally invested in this, although there's a small chance it could happen, is Neymar.
Would you want Neymar, though?
Under the conditions that I'm hearing, you'd be stupid not to take him because apparently PSG are willing to fund his wages to get him out the door, or at least a huge portion of them. Because they know no club is going to come in and pay over, I think it's like 600,000 a week or something. And Neymar owns his image rights as well. Remember that.
Yeah, but if they pay 50%, you're still paying like 300,000 though. This is what
I'm trying to say.
And that's going to mess up. What's your highest earner right now?
Well, Lukaku was on 330k, possibly plus bonuses too. I believe now that he's left, the highest earner on the books is N'Golo Kante. I think, and that might be between like the 250 and 300 range. I'm not entirely sure.
Lukaku's on 350.
Yeah, plus bonuses or something like that. It was crazy.
What are you not doing? He wasn't even your number one target, bruv.
I know, but at least now we're not paying any of his wages at Inter Milan. They're paying.
They've taken over the whole.
They've taken over the whole thing, and he's taken a pay cut over there as well, so it's affordable for them. So, like, we're in a situation where, like, on the face of it, it's catastrophic. Like, the business is catastrophic. But at least we've got that wage bill completely off the books. But Neymar, look, if let's say PSG pay 50 to 60% of that loan, right? Now you're asking yourself the question, would you take Neymar for one season? And now you got to ask yourself these questions as a Chelsea fan. Do we need Neymar? I say yes. Why? Because he operates in a central position when he plays for Brazil, and he does a good job there. When you look around that Chelsea team, can I honestly say with hand on heart saying that anybody there will have a better return than Neymar in that central position? I can say no. Number two, he'll be expensive, but the revenue that he will bring back to the club, we have to remember Neymar is a global superstar. So it will kind of
balance itself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But how available will he be? Because
That's the risk.
That's the only thing with him. Once again, like Dembele, I think he's only been available in the last 3 seasons for like 25 matches. And every time they're getting into the knockout stages of the Champions League, he's not there, bro. Like every time it's the crunch games for PSG, especially at international, like the proper crunch games, most time he's not there. So it's like, would you, if you get Dembele or if you didn't get Dembele, okay, you get him. It's like, bruv, you know what I mean? That's 1 or 2 players that you're now gambling with 2 players and they're not coming in for cheap. Would you take that? You got to take that gamble, because if you're going to take that gamble for Dembele, you got to take it for him.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I would. I mean, a lot of people, and rightfully so, were worried about his antics off the pitch. And PSG have been worried about, his consistencies in when he's been missing in the season. The famous one, obviously, being when it's his sister's birthday, he's nowhere to be seen, which is actually a track record that does exist. So there are those little things that will concern me, but
You're doing it.
I have to look at my team as a unique situation, and going forward, it ticks all the boxes in terms of improvement. 100% it does. I'd be lying if I was to tell you that Neymar coming into the team doesn't improve it. Is it a risk that I would take on those conditions? Absolutely. I think it'd be ridiculous not to, as Chelsea. And by the way, Thiago Silva's come out and backed it as well. He said if Neymar's available, he has to come to Chelsea. It's a must. It's got to happen. So let's see if Thiago Silva's little tapping up will work. Because for me, an absolute dream window in the attack, Ousmane Dembele, Neymar, I'm buzzing. And Raheem Sterling, I am buzzing.
If there's a God, please don't let this happen, please. If there's a God, please, I've been through enough pain. Puta que pariu. Listen, look at this super chat here. Football Capo, thank you for the super chat. North looking fly in the retro, repping well. Thank you. Definitely not repping any Arsenal new kits. Raphinha was an opportunity until another club jumped on it. Penny pinching Arsenal need to get Martinez now. Yeah, the way you wrote Martinez was mad. It was me.
Trying to say.
But listen, big up to you, man. Big up to you. Thank you for the super chat. I will be getting into the comments, but we've got Goonie here for limited time. So Goonie, like, what would be a 10 out of 10 season for you if you got Dembele, Neymar, the centre back Conde or
De Ligt.
Or De Ligt? Would that be enough for you? And maybe another fullback to be in rotation with Emerson. Would that be a 10 out of 10 transfer for you?
6.5.
And that's not even including Declan Rice.
Declan Rice makes it a 9 or 10 out of 10. Because
what's the most urgent positions for Chelsea?
Defensive midfield, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. I cannot emphasize how important that is. Right. Watch this. If I had Declan Rice, Neymar, Lewandowski, Messi in his prime. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. Let's not do that. Yeah, you're going too far there. You get the message that I'm making, yeah? Yeah. I'd still take Declan Rice just purely down to his importance and what we're desperately lacking in this team and what we've seen time and time again over the season. We get opened up so much in that midfield, bro. So much. We've not had a midfielder that's able to comfortably be on the ball in front of that defense and shield it. We just haven't. Who's been able to get their ball out of their feet quick enough to start the counters from that. We've been missing all of that. Kante does it. I hear people saying, yeah, but Kante does that. Kante does that higher up the pitch. When Kante is in that predicament in front of that defense, in positions where you don't want to be giving away the ball, me personally, I don't feel that he's skilled enough to be able to always work himself out of tight situations in comparison to like a Kovacic, for example, or even a Declan Rice. You get me? And in terms of his accuracy of playing long balls as well and being able to play the switch, you've seen Declan Rice do it time and time again in the Prem. He's one of the best at it. Comfortable. I think he's absolute key. Fair
enough, man. Fair enough. Listen, you already know my vibes, and I hope you lot don't get none of those targets. You get me? But it's been mad for Arsenal. I mean, I know the Raphinha thing ain't wrapped up, but me personally, bro, I think it's wrapped up. I don't see Barcelona. I think only Barcelona can disturb this transfer, and I don't see them getting their money in time. Otherwise, I feel like they would have put the money up. Arsenal right now, I don't see us getting it because we can still counter. We can still try and rob the deal. The deal wasn't 100% done yet. He hasn't even has he done a medical yet?
Who? Sterling.
Raphinha.
No, because what actually came out the other day was like the whole meltdown was just over the fact that Leeds had accepted our bid, not the fact that personal terms were agreed. That's not what it was. Like, even to this moment, like, we're still waiting to see, or I don't know, like, as far as I know, it might be updated now. But as far as I know, is Raphinha hasn't agreed any personal terms with Chelsea Football Club, and he's really hell-bent on waiting for Barcelona's answer. I am you have no idea how desperate I am for Barcelona to get this money and actually bid for this guy, so we can just say, give us Ousmane Dembele right now.
How much are they selling Dembele for? How much?
Free transfer, bro. This is what I'm trying to say, blood.
Why are you
but
going
the thing is, it's not going to be. But this is the thing. But this is what I do know is that Ousmane is not going to come cheap. Yeah, even if it is a free. The signing on is going to be an absolute mazzoline. I already know that. We're looking probably north of 20 M's on that. Yeah. Then on top of that, the wages he's going to ask for, he's going to be on parity with the highest paid player at Chelsea Football Club. That's why I heard if Chelsea were to put in a bid. And even then, there was rumors coming out that their team was disappointed with that offer. So it's going to be interesting. I mean,
cheaper than 60 M's though. It's still cheaper than 60
M's. That's a big fact. Yeah, it's a big fact. Plus wages and all that. No, you're telling the truth. It's a big fact. It's interesting because his contract does actually run out today. Today is officially the last day. So we could actually hear before we go to bed tonight the deal with him, or by the time we wake up tomorrow morning, what's going on with Ousmane Dembele.
Nobody else for him. You know, Bayern love a freebie. Like, they love a world-class player.
They can't afford his wages. They're not interested. PSG were the only threat that I was looking at, but Luis Campos doesn't want him. So Chelsea are the only ones really that are flying this flag. And the reason why we're held as favourites so much is because of the relationship between Tuchel and Dembele. Because obviously they played, he coached him previously at Borussia Dortmund, and he's always said he played his best football there and enjoyed his football there. Do you know what I mean? So it's got to happen. If anyhow I wake up to Dembele as a Chelsea player tomorrow, I'm going to absolutely lose it. I'm going to go mad.
Listen, people, we've got 118 people locked in right now. Make sure you go and support my brother Goonie. Make sure you go subscribe to Man Knows Football for all your Chelsea news, reports, videos, all of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Go help my guy. Do you know what I'm saying? He's flying right now. Flying out there, chilling with troops out there. Do you know what I'm saying? Living life, man. Living life. You get me? But listen, make sure you go subscribe to Man Knows Football. Make sure you go support Goonie. Greeny, I want to get you before, because I know, in a couple of minutes you got to head out. Before I get into people, I will be getting into the Arsenal headlines and the players that are linked to Arsenal. I do want to also get your opinion before you go on the players and the business that we've done this transfer window. I want to get Chelsea's opinion on it because we've got Fabio Vieira that basically nobody knew about because none of these guys watched the Liga Portuguesa. They call the French league a farmers league. So what the hell is the Portuguese league, a donkeys league? You're not watching it because you don't even watch that. Where's Goonie gone? Man is locked off, Man is locked off. But yeah. Anyway, I don't know if he's already gone. Listen, I'm gonna carry on, but big up Goonie anyway. I'm just locked off. You know what? He's like, yo, I'm out. But yeah, people, listen. I'm gonna get into the comments. Actually, you know what? Let me get into the comments first before I get into some of the players we're linked to. Jez says, smash those likes and get this top guy Northside to 2K and more. Listen, big up to you, Jez, man. Thank you for the support. Let's get into what you lot are saying before I get into all the headlines. We do have what? 1, 2, 3, about three players linked to Arsenal. So we will get into that. Let me go through some of your lot's comments. He's back. He's back.
People, sorry about that. I've had to switch to my phone. To those that are subscribed to my channel, this isn't the first time this is happening. Spectrum Internet are famously known for just fucking up with my stream. So there is actually somebody upstairs that's been working with the internet box and they've disconnected the whole thing. So as you can see here, I've got no internet connection whatsoever. I'm just here off my phone. So apologies for that, Northside, bro.
No. Come on, man. Come on. It happens, man. It's happened to me. Listen, before you go, because you got another, we'll put you on for another like 3-4 minutes. What is your opinion on the Arsenal business so far? And do you feel like it strengthened our squad?
I've got another 10 minutes, so look, I'm in no rush to go. But for you guys, I think Gabriel Jesus as a start is all right. I think that's decent. You're gonna need a hell of a lot more. And again, when people ask me that question, I always have to ask, like, what are your ambitions for the next season? Because depending on that, then I can rate your transfer window. Because now, if you're to tell me I'm trying to go for the top 4 comfortably and fight for third position, nowhere near good enough. You need a hell of a lot more. But if you're trying to tell me that you're fighting to get into the top 4, right, then I'll say you've started off well by Jesus, but you have to address your key positions, which I believe still is your midfield, and I think you really need to address your fullback positions as well. Then Lisandro Martinez, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've been watching the guy week in, week out, but I have done my research in terms of asking several Ajax fans over in Amsterdam, that I did go to university with, by the way, about the player. And they say that he's pretty good. They say he's on the short end, but he's a warrior, he's a fighter, very good defensive instinct as well, can be quick. But is he what you need in terms of, because look, it's either, okay, my internet's back, but it's either you get a centre back or you get a full back, which is what you actually need. Okay, I'm gonna leave this one and jump in back on my computer one. Is that all right?
No worries. All right. No worries. Northside coming with the flames. Colombia throwback Escobar season, baby. You already know, bro. You already know. Goody, you were saying.
There we go. We're back. Apologies, people. But yeah, man, I think Arsenal, you've got a lot to address.
No, I think you're talking absolute facts, bro. And I don't know how you feel about how I feel, but I just feel like, bro, we're getting another striker that doesn't bang goals, bro. When we got rid of one in Lacazette, yeah, he's a better all-round baller in terms of his technical ability, bringing people into play, yes. But how many, bro, banging 14 goals and then having the stats of the last couple of seasons, 9 goals, 10 goals, 12 goals, 13 goals, then 14 goals, bro, that's not what we need, bro. Especially when Son is putting up 20-odd goals. Harry Kane, you know, he can bang you 20-odd goals. Salah, I know Mane is gone, but Salah can give you 20-odd goals. That's what we're up against. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bro, listen, you're talking about Salah as if like there's guarantees he'll be in the Premier League next season. Liverpool got a lot to worry about, you know, on that Salah side.
Listen, their problems ain't my problems. They're fearing about letting go of a world-class player. But I ain't even got a world-class player in my team. You know what I'm saying? We got different problems at the moment. I'm sick of these Filhos da Puta, bro. We get Fabio Vieira. Everyone's going on like the Liga Portuguesa expert.
That was the funniest. That I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, that was the funniest thing that I ever saw, because I was watching, as Lee liked to call them, top gooners, talking about Fabio Vieira. And one of them was like, yeah, mate, I'm not going to lie. This is a player that I've actually been monitoring for a little while. Yeah, I know everybody says it, but like, he's a top player. Yeah, we've got ourselves a gem here. Proper like little world-class talent and all that. I was like, bruv, you're blatantly lying. You're 1000% lying. I was shouting at the screen, yeah, to the person next to him saying, bruv, ask him who played next to Vieira. Ask him one player who played next to him in the season. And maybe I'll just believe him, bro. Some of these guys are just wafflers, bro. Because if I don't know and you don't know, you just say it, bro. You just say, I don't watch. I can't watch. Do you know how much football there is to watch? It's humanely, it's impossible. Like, if you was to sit down and watch every game, like, and every league where your transfer targets are, you're not gonna have a life. By the time you know it, your electric's gone out before you've got to the 4th league or whatever. Like, it's mad. You can't do that.
It's actually mad, bro. Like, it's mad, bro. And it's another project youth player. And that's why when he got announced, Edu come out and kept saying, oh, it's a long-term project. It's a medium. Why do you keep ramming that down our throat? Then man saying, oh, we need 3, 4, 5, 6 years to see this team play together. bruv, what happened to the youth project that we had of Fabregas? They broke up and a lot of them went on to win things with other teams. Fabregas went on to you lot. They didn't stay together because as soon as they become world-class, they realize that this club don't have world-class ambition. You know what I'm saying? What happened with Van Persie, Adebayor? The list goes on, bruv. You know what I mean? Nasri. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember when we were the club to Man City, bruv?
That Van Persie transfer, I think, in all my years of watching the Premier League, had to be one of the single-handedly worst transfers I've ever seen in my life, because everybody at that moment knew when that fee was agreed with Manchester United, it was they're going to win the Prem now. Thank you, Arsene Wenger. Thank you so much for not matching what he's asking for, or not selling him to Chelsea, by the way, which I would have loved. But it is what it is. I knew it, bruv. As soon as he went to Manchester United, I remember where I was on the day I was sitting down with my stepdad watching Sky Sports on the TV. I looked at him and I said, listen, United are winning the league this season. I don't want to hear anything. And look how they wrapped up that league. Do you remember that assist Rooney to Van Persie?
Bro, it's not even just that. When you look at Tammy Abraham under Lampard actually played decent. He's got more credentials to put up a fight to say, I should have stayed at Chelsea, yeah? You lot sold him because he ain't good enough. What has Eddie Nketiah ever done at Arsenal to warrant 100k a week and be our second man? Nothing, bro.
And be given a number 14
in 5 seasons. 10 Premier League goals in 5 seasons, bro.
Wait, can I say this, yeah? To those this is my opinion, innit? Like, obviously my word ain't law, but to those Arsenal fans that are upset at the Arsenal fans who are upset that Eddie Nketiah got the number 14, you lot need to check yourselves, because I'm not an Arsenal fan, and for me, that kind of made me a bit upset, because one thing that I've always said, and I'm never ashamed to admit, Thierry Henry is single-handedly the best striker I've ever seen perform in the Premier League in my lifetime. I don't care what anybody says. You will never, ever get a replica of this guy. And the fact that you lot don't care that he's been given a number 14 is bad enough. When they gave it to Theo Walcott, I was like, what's going on with this club? Why don't you retire? I know, listen, a lot of clubs don't really retire shirts. Chelsea unofficially, we've retired the number 26 and the number 25. Obviously, that's Zola and Terry. They're not officially retired, but nobody's ever worn them shirts. I believe the same thing should have been done for Henry, 100%. The fact that Nketiah, and I personally think that he asked for that number 14 as a condition to sign that contract. The fact that they agreed to that was a disgrace. I'm sorry. So if you're upset with Arsenal fans that feel the same way, then I don't think you've got much of a right to tell you the truth. The man's got a statue outside of your ground. The best player to ever play for you. One of the best to ever play for the Prem. You got to put some kind of respect on it, man. 100%. You got to.
This is what I'm saying, my guy. Like, this is why I'm fed up of these filhos da puta, bro. All they're saying is give him a chance. When we got rid of Aubameyang in January, yeah, they said give Lacazette a chance. My guy got sat on the bench on his ass by a guy that didn't even come through our academy, came through your academy, came from Cobham, and ain't even good enough, bro.
He didn't graduate.
V came through you lot, bruv. You know what I'm saying? He was there at the high school, and then when it's time to pick up the GCSEs, he dropped out. You know what I'm saying? He weren't there for the GCSE results, bro.
He was that kid on the BMX bike after school that's been expelled, fam, that comes to see everyone's results, cuz.
Bro, I'm tired of, let's just see what they can do next season. We already know what Xhaka's about. We know what El Neni's about. We know what Rob Holding is about. We know what these dead ballers are about, bro. You're in a similar situation. Actually, obviously, like, the degrees are slightly different, but, like, we've been in a situation where we've needed certain, like, old figures to just get out of the club. And I say that respectfully. And you're in a similar situation. You're Rob Holdings, you're Xhaka's. One or two others that I might have missed. Well, Lacazette's gone now, but there might be one or two others that I've missed that I'm sure Arsenal fans are saying, like, yo, you've been here long enough. Just leave now. Go. You're stinking the place out. You've outstayed your welcome. Just leave, bro. I'm telling you, we got that with Marcos Alonso. I love Azpilicueta, but for a lot, it's already got to that point for me because I want to show him a lot of respect. It's getting to that point, yeah, with him. Also, as well, Jorginho, very divisive on the fan base. Like, people don't want him, people do want him. Like, these players just have to go. Because, like, to many, Czech, look at the way you lot got rid of Czech, and he's a legend, bro. In my opinion, I think he's a Chelsea legend, bro.
He is, of course, without a shadow of a doubt.
But if he was at Arsenal, we would have kept him till he's 45, bro. You lot cut ties, bro. You knew the right time to cut ties because the Peter Cech at Arsenal wasn't the Peter Cech at Chelsea, bro.
Definitely not. Yeah, definitely not. It's like the Matic that we had at Chelsea compared to what they got over there at Man United. The two different players. Do you know what I mean? And Cech, you could see even when you signed him that he wasn't the same. He was nowhere near. He offered valuable things in terms of like experience. I mean, I think he as many bad moments he did have for your club. The one that comes in the top of my mind is when he threw it to the wrong player at Stamford Bridge, when he threw the ball at Fabregas. That was hilarious. But outside, he did do some good things for you. Not enough, you get me.
But he was finished, bro.
Yeah,
he was finished.
He was.
And you lot cut the umbilical cord. You lot didn't start saying, "Oh, let's get him coming out with merchandise," and "Oh, he's one of our own." You lot cut the umbilical cord. David Luiz, he wants some cuts with you lot. Cut the umbilical cord. Willian, cut the umbilical cord. You lot, bro. You lot, yeah. You know exactly when to move on a player, bro. And that's admirable because we'll hold on to them for dear life, bro.
Well, we've held on to several in this team for probably 3 or 4 years too long, arguably. Well, that 4 is a bit extreme. I'd say probably about 3 years, 2 years too long. But look, where you see the silver lining in our cloud is the fact that we've got a new regime. That's something that I never thought was going to happen in terms of, you know, seeing the back of Marina so fast and Bruce Buck. Because you know, on the streams that we do with Lee Gunner and that, I'm always saying something about Marina. It has to change. It has to change. Finally, it has. And to me, that's the most important thing that can and will happen this transfer window. Because now I think in terms of like our whole transfer structure, who we're going with in terms of like directors of football, we're being linked with Michael Edwards, we're being linked with Paul Mitchell. These are guys that I really would like to see at Chelsea Football Club. It's looking exciting for us. And this is why I said, even when we was in the turmoil, this is why I said to you and Lee, guys, relax. The way this is being dealt with, the conditions that are put in this contract for the sale and for things to happen, we are in good hands. We are in good hands. There are obligations, investment obligations that must be made into Chelsea Football Club. If they are not, they will be penalized with the law. They will face legal action, 100%. So I'm not too worried.
What would you know, just before I let you go, how would you rate Marina's time at Chelsea? What would you rate out of 10? There's 2 stints where you've got because she's had 2 kind of funny stints. Pre-2014, she had way less involvement in terms of like running the club. Post-2014, when the visa issues with Roman Abramovich started to happen, I don't care what nobody tells me, she was basically in charge of the club. She was running. She was the highest of all of them, like the most trusted out of Roman. So I'm gonna judge from 2014 because that's when she had the most responsibility. From that point onwards, I have to give her a 5. 5 out of 10.
Yeah, and that 5 out of 10, those 5 points are accumulated for some of the outgoings that she's made in terms of as opposed to the incomings. Because I honestly believe, right, and Chelsea fans might not agree with me, but I honestly believe that Marina Granovskaya, some of the business and the decisions that she has made has possibly held us back 2 or 3 seasons. 100%. I think that she has held us back. She has shackled us massively. In terms of the contract renewals that she did, some bizarre renewals that she did, you're renewing Bakayoko, Babaram, and these waste man, bro. And do you know what that cost us?
Drink water.
Do you know what that cost us, the people that don't know? Tchouaméni should have been in a Chelsea shirt. Why couldn't we get him? Yeah, we got, and again, you see why we didn't get this guy? Oh, Tchouaméni doesn't look ready. We're going to go for Saul instead on loan. Where is Saul now? What did he do all season? And where's Tchouaméni now? You see what I'm saying? These things that are happening under her watch, and people are going to say, well, it's not her fault, it's the scouts. Well, now I'm going to put the responsibility on you. Who is in charge of hiring and firing these scouts? You are. Everybody and their dog can see that they are not doing a good job. Get rid of them. You kept them in there. You have to hold responsibility.
And as you can see, people, this is why Chelsea keep winning. The fans make everyone in the club accountable for their job role. They make them accountable. Listen, Goonies, Thanks a lot for coming on, bro. I know you got another stream. Love for coming on. People, make sure you go like and subscribe to Man Knows Football Goonies channel. You know
I've
what I
been
mean?
slacking really. I should have been on here a lot more. I should be on here a lot more actually. We've got to make that happen going into the next season at least. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
come
mean? Because
on.
for the summer, I'm not making commitments to anybody because obviously I've got the kids and that. So I might want to take them over to Jamaica or something like that for a little holiday. So I don't want to make any commitments now. But definitely going into next season, we've got to discuss that. Possibly like a weekly something or something. I don't know, whatever you want to do, bro. You get me?
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, let's just do it weekly, innit? If you're available, cool. If you're not available, next one. Do you know what I mean? Like that.
100,
You know what I mean? And then
Yeah,
that way,
yeah.
no one feels committed. Because I know
No,
you're a
100.
family man. So
Yeah, yeah, and I don't. And one thing I hate in life is to break promises to people, but I do like to keep my word, man. So, yeah, man.
yeah. Nah, come on, man. Listen, all love, man. Make sure you go like and subscribe to Man Knows Football. Do you know what I'm saying? Go support my brother, and we have to keep one eye on the ops because what they do affects our chances of winning this league. God forbid, even getting top 4. But listen, Goonie, big up, bro. Thanks for
Yeah,
jumping on.
man. I pick up yourself as well, Northside, and love to everybody that is in the chat as well, regardless of what team you support. I see 1 or 2 familiar faces in there as well. Nippon, big up yourself. Who else was in here as well? Jez was in here as well. Big up yourself, Jez. Craig, yeah, man. Scott as well. I see the mandem up in this place, man. But love, man. I'm gonna definitely people as well. Before I go, smash up that like button, smash the like button on this video, and subscribe to Northside Road to 2K. Make it happen for him. You get me? Bless up, people. I'm out.
Love, bro. Listen, big up Goonie, man. Real one. You know what I mean? You gotta get the real ones on. Do you know what I'm saying? Gotta get the real ones on. We got Kante to stay for a few more seasons. Big up, lads. Big up to both of you. Big up, bro. Good evening. I'm going to get into some Arsenal news. Let me just get through some of you lot's comments so you don't feel like I'm ignoring your comments. Let me get through some of you lot's comments and then we're going to get into players linked to Arsenal and the news surrounding Arsenal Football Club. Ake was very good in all the games he played last season, but the price is too much. Barca to rival Chelsea for Raphinha for 60 mil. Hey, Northside and Goonie, big up to you, bro. Big up to everyone. Listen, drop a leech. We've got 133 people locked in right now. Puta que pariu. Make sure you smash the likes up, caramba. Make sure you smash the likes up. Do I need to swear? Do I need to start cussing in Portuguese? Smash the likes up. Puta que pariu, chupa cabra. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you're here. You get me? Not only am I giving you Arsenal content, getting Tottenham man here, getting Chelsea man here, and the reason why I'm doing that, yeah, so because we need to see what the ops are doing. If we don't know what the ops are doing, how can we even rate our transfer window? Because when man get carried away, they forget that other teams are doing business. Other teams are moving serious. Not everyone moves like Arsenal. We need to see what's going on. I'm not an Arsenal. I'm not almost. I'm not a Man United fan. I ain't a Spurs fan. You know what I mean? I ain't a Chelsea fan. So they can give me news that I don't know. I'll be watching what Arsenal are doing. Do you get what I'm saying? But we have to keep one eye on all you. On them. So let's get into it. Make sure you like and subscribing, man. Come on, help me out. Road to 2K, Barca to beat Chelsea rivals. Yeah. Come on, man. Smash the likes up, man. Drop a leech in here. Drop a leech. Real Arsenal fans with high standards. Why didn't we match Chelsea's bid for Raphinha and then let the player decide? We clearly wasn't that interested, or we were too slow like normal. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Visca Barca. They are allowing live chat donations on their YouTube channel. Bon dia, amigos. Yeah, good day to you as well. I see man's talking Portuguese. A little Portuguese for you, Northside. Big up to you, man. Big up to you, man. Tropa elite up in here. Tropa elite in here, caramba. Good news. Goonies internet bugged out. Yeah, come on, man. It happens. It's happened to me. I can't lie, man. Evening to you all. From an Everton fan, big up to you, bro. Big up to you. Thanks for tuning in. Fabio Vieira has 20 starts in the last 3 years. Shocking. This is what I'm saying. But man are acting like they watch the Portuguese league. Yeah? Yeah, really. You lot, what you lot would call the Donkey League. You're really watching that. Yeah, cool. I'd be surprised if you even watch 4 flipping Ligue 1 matches. Top Gooners don't know about legends like Henry. They think guys like Mikel and Jacques are legends. That's how dumb our fans are. Yeah, the majority do think like that. It was probably a way of disrespecting Henry for his words against the club and Daniel Ek stuff. Yeah, actually, you know what? That's actually a good point. Probably the club were probably being petty about that because he's not sucking him off because he doesn't need to. Hi, big up NS Sports. Question for you both. Well, Goonies gone. Do you see your respective clubs winning a trophy this season? My club ain't winning nothing. This manager could barely even handle one competition, let alone juggling three or four competitions. Big up Northside Goonie. Big up to you, Sterling. There's a whole who gets passed around like, bruv, come on, man. What's going on? Proper no love at all for Chelsea. They're cutthroat. They don't reward bad performance or hold on to sentiment. Exactly. Great show, guys. Respect. Thank you, bro. We're trying to mix it up. Big man like Northside. Smash the likes, people. Now. Come on. You know what I mean? Smash the likes up, Kanaba. Listen, one touch, yeah? I need to get you on, bro. I DM'd you. Check your DMs, bro. I need to get you on, innit? We need to speak, fam. You know what I mean? We need to speak, Karamba. But yeah, Chelsea all the way. Why don't we take that 60 mil or 65 mil and go buy a proper midfielder to slot next to Partey? Or if we have ambition, go bid 90 mil for Declan Rice and see what happens. Now that's a process. Exactly, bro. Hi Northside, how you doing, bro? Big up to you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's get into some of the stories. Let's get into some of the news surrounding Arsenal. Everything's now coming out with Raphinha, plan B on Raphinha replacement, another Raphinha option. Arsenal start transfer process for 25 mil Fenerbahce wonder kid as Raphinha alternative. Bro, why do we need to go for an alternative? The deal for Raphinha isn't solidified. Chelsea have not, apart from what Gooni's telling me, he hasn't had a medical. Why don't we just go for Raphinha instead of going for a kid that's playing in the Turkish league that we don't even know if he's good enough or not? That's why I'm sick of this Project Youth BS, bruv. Arsenal are reportedly making a move to sign Fenerbahce star Arda Güler, who has drawn comparisons with former Gunners playmaker Mesut Ozil. Get out of here, man. I hate all these comparisons. 17 years old. Now you know why he's linked to us. Turkish, 17 years old, Project Youth. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, get out of here, man. This kid ain't ready for the Premier League. I don't care what no one's trying to tell me. I don't even need to look at the stats. I don't need to look at the stats. I know this guy ain't good enough. Puta que pariu. What is going on, man? Let me just check his stats, just out of curiosity. 17 years old, yeah? 17 years old. Let me put him up on transfer mark here. Let me see what this kid is saying. Arsenal always going for the cheap route, always going for the easy route instead of actually going out there and doing what's needed. We're always getting car boot sell players. It's always car boot sell. You know what I'm saying? I want Raphinha, bruv. I don't want car boot sell. I'm sick of it. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what we've seen here, Arda Güler, Turkish player, plays for Fenerbahce. This season, he's had 12 appearances, 3 goals, 3 assists in the Super League. 2 appearances, 2 assists in the Conference League, none in the Europa. And in the Under-19 Super League, he had 8 appearances, 4 goals, 6 assists. Well, it's not really ripping up trees. I mean, it's the Under-19s in the Turkish League. No offense to the Turkish League, but like the Portuguese League, it's not the strongest, is it? Primarily plays as an attacking midfielder, can also play as a central midfielder and a right winger. I'm not convinced. I don't know if any of you lot know much about him. Transfer mark got him valued at 6 mil, so I don't know where they're getting 25 mil for whoever did that headline. But it's mad. I don't need another Project Youth. We had Project Youth this season. We didn't get top 4. So why are we going with another Project Youth? This club don't learn, caramba. It's always the same bucaria. Like, this club is so dumb. They don't learn from the same mistakes, bro. They don't learn. This club don't learn. And this is why I get so pissed off. I'm so sick of it, bro. So sick of it. Why are we going for this Arda Güler? And if he's so great at 17 years old, how come nobody else is in for it? Because this club is just on chupacabra, man. They're all flipping. What kind of scouting is this, man? Surely, if you're going for Raphinha, there must be, another 2-3 players that play the same position that you're going for. The club came out, Edu came out and says, you lot have been scouting, you lot scout players, for 7 to 8 months before the transfer window opens. So where's all the scouting? Where's all these dossiers of different players? And why are we going for a 17-year-old in the Turkish league? Come on, man. And yeah, maybe he can become a baller, but we need players for now. I'm sick of all this future. It's always future. It's been 19 years for the future. 3 youth projects. When are we actually going to get players for now? Because I tell you what, Sterling to Chelsea is for now. Raphinha to Chelsea can deliver now. Do you know what I'm saying? Koulibaly can deliver for Chelsea now. Kante can develop for can deliver for Chelsea now. Declan Rice can deliver for Chelsea now. And we got a whole squad full of future in 5-6 years. I'm sick of it, man. Listen, I'm sick of it, man. Filhos da puta. I'm sick of it. Anyway, let me go into the next headline because just transfers like that just start getting me vexed. You know what I mean? I'm sick of it, man. Sick of it. Always going for the cheap option. This club is finished. Anyway, Arsenal seek deal for Club Brugge, Noah Lang. What's it saying here? Noah Lang. Last season in the league, the 23-year-old recorded an impressive 19-goal contribution across 31 league games. Yeah, cool. Let me have a look at him. Let me have a look at him on Transfermarkt because in these articles they always try and make it like, oh yeah, what a baller, 19 contributions. Let me really see the real stats. Not this flipping, these lot trying to paint it into every player linked to Arsenal's world class. Let's have a look. Right, let me get Transfermarkt up and let's have a real dive into this guy's stats, yeah? Noah Lang, 23 years old, from the Netherlands, plays for Club Brugge, valued at 22 million euros. Obviously, he plays in Belgium, in the Belgium League, 31 appearances, 7 goals, 12 assists. I wouldn't really say he's ripping up trees. He's 23 years old. You know, the assist was all right. The goals, I don't know. And then when you take into consideration, what's this? Like the 10th strongest league in the world? Maybe the 9th strongest league in the world? Like, it's not really ripping up trees now, is it? It's not really. I don't really think he's going to be able to kick on here in the Premier League. If he had 7 goals there, he's probably going to have 3-4 goals here in the Premier League. If he had 12 assists there, he's probably going to have 6 assists in the Premier League. I mean, we already got players like Martinelli, etc., that can do better stats than that. In the Champions League, yeah, 6 appearances, 1 assist. This is what I'm saying. As soon as the levels are up, he's not really ripping it up, is he? Can play as left wing, can also play as a centre forward and a right winger. We're looking at his stats. Hold on a sec. Detailed performance data. Let's get a more in-depth look on this guy. Right. That's his stats for this season. What was his stats last season? 2021. Right, show. Let's have a look at his stats more in depth. Last season, 24 appearances, 14 goals. Yeah, was that? Yeah, 14 goals, 8 assists. Okay, he's not doing too bad. Okay, let's see if he kept it up for 3 seasons in a row. Where is it? Come on then. What's going on? This website's bugging out. What's going on? Show. Oh, maybe it wasn't in that league. I don't know. It's not coming up. It's not coming up. But anyway, listen. I don't know, man. I ain't convinced. I'm telling you this now. I ain't convinced, man. I'm not convinced. I don't know if any of you lot watch this guy. Do you watch the Belgium league? I'll be very surprised because I feel like it's a couple of levels below the Portuguese league. I just feel like we can do better. When Tottenham are going for Richarlison that can deliver now, when Chelsea are going for, what's his name? Going for Raphinha that can deliver now. We need a player that can deliver now as well. And this player is going to have this whole, adapting to the league and getting used to the league and extra arms. I ain't got time for this crap. 19 years without winning the league. I want proven players. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Listen, I'd love if he does come to prove me wrong and shut me up. But my opinion, I don't want him. I think there's better options out there. There's better wingers that we can go out there and get than this Noah Lang for me. 7 goals and 12 assists or something like that ain't good enough for me. It ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? So listen, every player, it's not cemented that he wouldn't be able to adapt to the Premier League, and maybe he could. We don't know. I mean, when Liverpool got Salah and Mane, they weren't necessarily ripping it up, but they had Premier League experience. This guy has no Premier League experience. Has he even ever played in the biggest top 5 leagues in the world? I don't know. So is he level for the levels he's jumping up, coming up to Arsenal and playing in the Premier League, the hardest league in the world? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. Noah Lang, would you take him here at Arsenal? I don't know. I wouldn't take him. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. Confident journalist says Arsenal are the front runners to sign player who won't be cheap. The saga continues. Arsenal versus Man United for Lisandro Martinez. Obviously, there's a lot of speculation. Ten Hag obviously has coached him. And listen, it says here, unfortunately for Arsenal, Martinez won't be cheap, with Jacob stating that a fee of more than 40 mil would be needed to land the 24-year-old. It says here, Jacob shared what he knows about Martinez. My understanding on this deal is that Arsenal are still very much the front runners. They are going to have to pay in excess of £40 million, probably more like mid-40s with add-ons on top of that. So this won't be cheap, Jacob says. But Arsenal sources speaking to them said the last update I got, it was that they're working on it. They're confident. They're hoping to table another offer, and they believe they will reach an agreement to get that deal to the point where they can talk to the player. So that's the reports going around Martinez. Would you take him? Would you not? Listen, I've never seen him play. I don't think he could be any worse than Rob Holding. Rob Holding's actually shocking. I'm sure he's much better than Ben White. Ben White's absolute trash. The Arsenal Harry Maguire. This field that can't mark. He couldn't even mark the flipping goalpost. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, I don't mind him, but if Arsenal want him, go and make it happen. We've been diddle-daddling around, not going for the flipping players that we need, allowing Tottenham and Chelsea to show their interest with Raphinha, allowing Liverpool to go in for Darwin Núñez, all these targets that we were looking at, just allowing our rivals to go because we're not being proactive. If you want this guy, go out and get him. I don't want all of this, we're haggling on the price. Listen, we're going up against clubs that can offer a lot more than what we can. Maybe not with Man United. We're a bit more on equal footing with United as to where they are right now and where we are. But we're going up against players that they got the options between Arsenal and Chelsea or Arsenal and Barcelona. Why would they come here for a manager that's dead, 3 years asking, all this money spent, still can't even get top four, let alone flipping win the league? We don't play a sexy style of football. We're not. When's the last time we even won something in Europe, if ever? So at the end of the day, this is who we're going up against, and these are the options that players are going to be putting to themselves. Why am I picking Arsenal? For what? For what reason am I going to pick Arsenal over going to Chelsea, Barca, all these teams? You know what I'm saying? Why? Why? Unless they want to come here, unless we're going to play Ozil money and then just make them come here because they're going to get the biggest payday of their life because nobody else is stupid enough to put them on dumb wages. What else can we actually offer? Because you can't offer Champions League. You know what I'm saying? This is the situation. And this is why I was laughing when people saying that, this season we're going to get world-class players, people like forward. It's all mad. It's actually all mad. But there you go. It is what it is, man. Let's get into some of the comments. What's this here? Hold on a sec. Big up Northside, big up to you, bro. Thanks for tuning in. El Nene signing a new deal tells me this club won't buy a party backup. I don't think they will either. I'll be real with you. Bro, any news from Man United? I don't have any news from Man United, my guy. I haven't actually looked, so I'm not too sure. Sorry about that. Northside, you and I are similar in age, so we'll probably not see Arsenal win another title until we're 50 or 60. It's ridiculous. Also, whatever happened to Awa from Leon? He's available. Yeah, do you remember when he was the flavor of the month? Awa, we need Awa, bruv. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of it, bruv. Like the way these men gas up any player linked to us. These men are overly gassed up. Draxler when he was linked to us. They overly gassed up Higuain when he was linked to us. They got flipping gassed up Awa when he was linked to us. Alexander Isak. What happened to Alexander Isak? Because in January, everyone was flipping getting excited, flipping getting out their magic sock for Alexander Isak. What happened to that? Because these filhos da puta don't actually believe what they say. They don't believe it. It's always a narrative of whatever goes on at Arsenal has to be world class. It has to be amazing. Wow, look at the business. Wow. No, wow was going getting Sterling. Wow was going to get Raphinha at the same time. Go get Koulibaly. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what. Wow was going to get Darwin Núñez. Wow was going to get flipping Haaland. The standards of this club is finished, bruv. Absolutely finished, bruv. And I can't believe people saying 10 out of 10 season. What porcaria of 10 out of 10 season are we having? What porcaria 10 out of 10? What signings has actually taken us to the next level? Done, bruv. You know what I mean? But listen, Tropa Illich, make sure you lot hit the like and subscribe button. 133 of you up in here. Tropa Illich, caramba. Vamos nessa, puta que pariu. Make sure you like and subscribe. ¿Qué pasó? You know what I mean? Make sure you know what I mean? Hit the like button. Subscribe is free content every day. You know what I mean? Apart from Saturdays, because Saturdays you already know I'm in the club, I'm in the discoteca. Saturday, man's got to abduct some salsa, man's got to do a little kizomba, you know what I mean? Grab a girl, a little You already know, fam. I gotta have one day to myself. But listen, every other day apart from Saturday, there's always content. So make sure you like and subscribe, whether you agree with me or you don't. Puta que pariu. Don't be on marica and just hit the like button. You know what I mean? For this. Project Youth is a scam. Soon as they get any good or into their prime, they'll move on to another club. It's laughable, but hey, what do I know? I'm a super fan. I'm not a super fan or a top gooner, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I wonder where these guys, I wonder where all these super Arsenal fans that are positive about everything, even his dead manager and dead owner, where do you go to get the qualifications to be a top gooner? Like, who? I don't know, because I just grew up and I just decided to support Arsenal because I like them. Like, no one came to me and said, oh, this is the rule book. This is the rule book of how to support the club. No one ever told me that. You know what I'm saying? I just supported the club because I love the club. I'd like to know. Who gave them the manual? I didn't know there was a manual to support this club. But there you go. With this Project Youth, it will be another 19 years without a league title. I saw him play for the Netherlands. I think you're talking about Norbert Lang. Netherlands versus Wales. He looked okay, but that was just one game I've ever seen him in. This is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying. I doubt this guy's good enough. As a Chelsea fan, I hate the fact that we got Sterling. I hate him in every way. Why, bro? Like, listen, if you get a good false nine next to him and you give him service, the guy will bag goals. I don't understand this hatred towards Sterling. I'll be real with you. Listen, you're entitled to your opinion. But for me, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I feel like Sterling is mad. I don't know why this guy is underrated, bro. Like, I don't understand it, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't think he's world class. I do think there's obviously weaknesses to his game. But I feel like you lot make a lot of chances. And I think Sterling will do well under Tuchel. That's my opinion anyway. That's my opinion. I think he'll do well at Chelsea. Good evening, people. If Martinez comes, I hope he knows how to defend, because I don't care if he's not tall. Yeah, exactly. Can you defend? Rule number one. Forget all the rest of it playing out from the back. Can you defend? Because you are a defender. Another player who should have been signed up ages ago. But no, not Edu. He's too busy getting excited for twerking for Deco for a month. Exactly. It's mad. Let's be fair. The only reason Jesus is coming because he knows he's guaranteed first team football and he wants to be in the Brazilian squad for the World Cup. Exactly. If he was ambitious, he wouldn't come here. Why would you come here? When's the last time we won the league? When's the last time we won something in Europe? Why are you coming here for? Why would you not go to Chelsea? Listen, I hate Chelsea. But at the end of the day, if you're looking at heritage, I'm talking about football heritage. You care about winning trophies, major honours right now. Why are you coming to Arsenal? Facts. Hello, I'm a Tottenham fan. Is Arsenal going to bottle top four again and not win the Europa League? Listen, thanks for tuning in, my guy. Listen, we're bottling it. We're bottling it. The business you lot have done is, even the business that Tottenham have done has been better than Arsenal's. I'll be real about it. Sterling is better than all forwards Chelsea have. Yeah, I agree. Arsenal are in the Europa League. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Any news for FC Barcelona concerning Raphinha? No. Barcelona still don't have any money to actually put in a bid to match what Chelsea's put in. So as it stands, he's still going to Chelsea. That's all I've seen on it. Spurs fan here. I think Arsenal are overhyping their transfers and are pleasing fans with activity rather than looking at whether it takes Arsenal to the next level. But don't worry, because all the super fans and everyone that flipping noshes off everything this club does, they will be telling us, but you lot just moaning. We got Gabriel Jesus. Yeah, we got Gabriel Jesus. Another striker that doesn't score more than 20 goals. Another striker that if he gets injured, who's the backup? Eddie Nketiah, a player that can only score 10 goals in 5 seasons. But why am I complaining? Yeah, why am I complaining? Oh, we got Vieira. Oh, Vieira. Is he even any good than Odegaard? And Odegaard ain't even good enough. Yeah. Marquinhos just come from Brazil. Is he better than Martinelli? Is he better than Saka? Is he better than any of the wingers? Is he better than Pepe? Nope. Yeah. But apparently, we're addressing all the problems. Apparently, 10 out of 10 transfer. I'm sick of this bucaria, man. These fans talk absolute crap, all for the sake of trying to be popular online. Yeah, why not say how you really feel? Stop trying to be popular and stop trying to be the biggest Arsenal fan. Now look at me. I'm always saying everything that's kosher. You know what I mean? Kosher Arsenal opinions. Kosher Arsenal opinions. Safe. You know what I'm saying? Just halal Arsenal opinions. Like literally, no one can be offended. Like I'm just sick of it, bro. I'm absolutely sick of it. Say how you really feel, but they won't. They won't because they know that the majority don't want to hear that. The majority don't want to hear the truth. Why things are going this way to my Chelsea? I don't get it, bro. I don't know why you're upset. I don't get why you're upset. I think Chelsea are doing all right. I think the players that you're linked to, I think you're doing all right, to be honest. Also, is everyone forgetting we have to offload players as well? Martinelli, Pablo Mari, Torreira, Bellerin, Tavares, Leno, Holding, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and potentially Pepe. I'd keep Pepe. Listen, I do think I'm going to get into I'm going to do a show about the players that we still need to offload. So that's a great point, G-Money, and I will be doing a show about that. Because we need to get into how Arsenal are unable to get rid of Pablo Mari that wants to go. Torreira's dying to go. Bellerin's dying to go. Tavares was brought in. We've seen him. Oh, clearly he ain't good enough because he needs to go out on loan. I would sell him. Leno, what's going on with him? Because he doesn't look like he's happy to play second fiddle. Rob Holding needs to go. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is dying to go. Do you know what I'm saying? And Pepe's dying to go. Yet we can't get rid of anyone. Madness. Absolute madness. I'm Indonesia, bro. Big up to you, man. If you're watching all the way from Indonesia, big up to you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. That's mad. I've never been to Asia, you know. I'm not gonna lie. I've been more to South America, but I've never really been to Asia. I like all the players the scum have signed. They have a world-class manager, and he's filled the positions he needs, and it's for now, not for the freaking future. Exactly. Has Chelsea signed any player? No. You got the Sterling deal that's still pending, and so is the Raphinha deal pending. But the Raphinha deal seems more. It looks like it's closer to being completed. Would you rather Richarlison or Jesus? Jesus, I can't lie. I don't really rate Richarlison like that, but yeah, I'd rather Jesus. I'd rather Jesus. I can't lie to you. I agree with you. Thank you. It's interesting to see Jesus lead the line at Arsenal since he's never really played that role at City. Keep up the hard work. Shout out from Jacksonville, Florida. Big up to you, man. Listen, got viewers even from Indonesia to America. Listen, big up to you, lot, caramba. You know what I'm saying? Tropa Elite International. Tá brincar comigo, shall we? Porra. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Listen, it is what it is. No matter where you're from, listen. No matter where you're from, where you're watching, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Listen, I'm Cape Verdean, Angolan, and Portuguese. Here, we accept everyone. Do you know what I'm saying? We accept opinions as long as you keep it respectful. Big up to you. I am dying to go to America, to be honest with you. Yeah, Florida sounds nice, man. I hope the weather's nice out there because over here it's pissing down. You know what I mean? But I need to go for a cigarette in a bit. I'm not even going to lie. If we fail to sign Raphinha, let's go for Gnabry. Exactly. From Sierra Leone. Listen, big up to you, man. My African brother. Big up to you, caramba. Big up to you. Exactly. Why don't we go for Gnabry? Probably because he doesn't want to come to this club because we ain't got no ambition. Why the hell would he leave Bayern Munich to come in? Why? Why? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, big up to you, man. I hate to admit it, but Tottenham is doing good signings, players to compete for now. And Chelsea will have depth on the wings if Sterling and Raphinha accept their bids. Bro, they're starting. And they're definitely going to bag goals, especially in that system. 28 likes. Hit the like button and subscribe and share. Big up to you lot, man. The support you lot have been doing on the channel is absolutely immense. And this is why I've been trying to do different content. You know, not just cover Arsenal, but also cover some of our rivals. You know what I'm saying? Get other guests on. Big up to you lot, man. Listen, we're out here. I'm hustling, working every day after work. I don't even have dinner. I come and give you lot content. So make sure you like and subscribe. Do you get what I'm saying? 82 likes. There's 121 people watching right now. Puta que pariu. Every day after work, I'm coming on here and giving you lot content. Not for 20 minutes, not for 10 minutes, an hour, if not an hour and a half. Please like and subscribe and support your boy. Listen, Tropa Elite out here. Come on. You already know. Listen, I'm going to do another 2 minutes and then I'm going to bounce. I'm not Richarlison's biggest fan, but I guarantee Kante will get the tune out of him and get him up for every game. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a proper manager does: get the best out of each player, not isolate Pepe like this manager's done. So big up to you. I agree with you. Watching from South Africa, big up Northside. Come on, my Spurs. Listen. Big up to you. Unfortunately, it seems like you support the enemy, but listen, big up to you, man. Big up to you. Thank you for tuning in. Exactly. Why would Gnabry come to Arsenal? It benefits us, but how does it benefit him? Why does it benefit him? Winning the league every flipping season. I think Bayern Munich have now won the league 10 times in a row. 10 years running. You know what I'm saying? So why is he going to come here to do what? Not even be able to even qualify for Champions League. Do you think Chelsea will get Raphinha? I think it's done. Content, caramba. You know what I'm saying? Content. And I'm a Chelsea fan too. Yeah. Big up to you. Jesus is a good signing, but I'm worried how this team will feed a guy who's not very clinical. I hope Arsenal don't spam crosses loosely like they have Jan Koller in the area. What can we do, man? What can we do? Come on, people, hit the like button. It don't cost you a thing. Don't cost a thing. Even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing. You know what I'm saying? If you know that tune, big J-Lo from the block. Is Sterling going to Chelsea? Yep, that is the reports. I think he is. I think they've agreed. What's it? 55 million is what I've seen. So yeah, that's what's going on. Also, if Saliba is sold, then I'll lose my shit. My somewhat decent 11 would be Ramsdale, Tierney, Gabriel, Saliba, Tommy, Partey, another CM, Odegaard. I don't like him. Saka, Pepe, Jesus. So I'm saying, but apparently Arteta wants to hold on to him, so we'll see. And that 11 I put gets 6th or 5th under Arteta. This guy's gonna flop it, bro. I'm telling you. Big up from where, bro? Big up from where? You just put big up from. But listen, people, it is what it is. Listen, Chelsea, as you can see what Goonie said, Chelsea are moving serious. Chelsea aren't taking the piss, you know what I mean? Chelsea aren't taking the piss. Hey, Northside, are you going on loan to a different team this year, like League Gunner? I'm just going to Benfica. That's already my second team. That's my family team. All my family are from Lisbon. My mom's family and my dad's family. So that's my team. And even though they didn't win the league, trust me, yeah, the manager got fired. Things, you know what I mean? At Benfica, there's no messing around at Benfica. You know, you underperform, you're gone. You're not good enough, the fans get onto you. You know what I'm saying? Higher standards, bro. And this is why Benfica have won the league, 37 times? And then the most successful Portuguese team ever, because the fans keep up the standard, not like here. You know what I mean? And the energy I bring, this is the Portuguese culture. Like, Portuguese people are very upfront. They're not like English people. No offense to English people, but English people are not as direct as the Portuguese. The Portuguese are direct, and that's why the fan bases are more direct. And when they're not happy, they scream. They go on to the flipping TV and they scream. They let their thoughts be known at the stadium. There's none of this trust the process and you're toxic and no. All the fans want the best. And the things that I say ain't looked at toxic in Portugal. But with this Arsenal fan base, it's toxic because I want to win the league. So it is what it is. And I try to portray that in the channel. You know what I'm saying? It's not toxic to want your club to win Champions League and Premier League and compete and try and be the best in the world. It's not. It's only with the majority of Arsenal fans, unfortunately. Look, Chelsea will be good next season because Sterling, Raphinha, or Dembele and Neymar on loan, plus Havertz on front will destroy the league. What's the latest with Raphinha? Like I said, it looks like he's closing. The deal is getting closed by Chelsea. What do you think of Haaland going to City? Well, it looks like they're not buying players for the future, are they? They're buying players for now, and they're the league champions. There's no more for me to put on that. Lightweight central midfield needs to be sorted. Hasn't been done, and Mikel to blame. Big up Northside, big up to you. Why Arsenal always bottle in signing talented players? Because there's no standards here. And then they can do the bare minimum, and all the positive, toxic super fans will do all the hard work and say, oh, we didn't want Basuma. We didn't really want Raphinha anyway. He was too expensive. You know what I'm saying? All this bullshit. We need more Portuguese people supporting the Arsenal then. Listen, I'm telling you, we're raising the standards. You already know what time it is. That's why Francisco, every time he comes on here, he says it as it is. This is the way we are. I ain't gonna sugarcoat jack shit. I'm gonna say it as it is. If it's merda, we're gonna say it's merda. If it's pucaria, we're gonna say it's pucaria. If we say rua, then you need to go to the rua. The rua is the road. That's what we say. When you underachieve, we go on TV with rua. Yeah? Out. No messing around, no process, no youth project, none of that bullshit. That don't exist. Nketiah and Jesus to score, add Buddha to the squad. Thoughts and prayers. Watching live in Nigeria. Big up all my Nigerian peeps. You know what I mean? I love Afro beats. Big up to Nigeria. Big up for wherever you're from, man. Listen, that's mad. From Nigeria to America to Indonesia to wherever you're from. Big up, man. Thank you for tuning in. Cycle would just be buy young players, develop good talent, sell to big teams and profit, start again. Arsenal won't move forward like this. Exactly. Facts. Northside, Edu is going to get Brazilian national coach after World Cup. You be happy. Listen, let him go. Let him go because I'm sick of him. If Arsenal did not reach top 4 this year, Arteta is done. More fans like you, Curtis Shaw, Lee Gunner, Jez, Kenny, Turkish, and we'll be in a better place. Continue speaking facts, bro. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. You know what I mean? Thank you. That's very kind of you to put me in, you know, among some big Arsenal legends. I cannot wait the excuses from super fans about failure to sign Raphinha. Neither can I. And listen, on that bombshell, I'm going to say, get Arteta out, get Edu out, get the whole flipping band out, get Vin out and his flipping hairline out, and get Rob Holding out, because the only thing he can, man's called Rob Holding, he can't even hold on to his hairline. I'm out.